So, as our textbook describes, cultural humility is the foundation from which we build our therapeutic alliance. It is a more systematic approach to caring for the client's well being, emotionally, physically, and sociologically. And through that cultural awareness and advocacy, I'm actively engaging in the rights and protections of the client's perceived safety within their society, within their intimate relationships, as well as in the counseling room. While counseling sessions focus on the individual or immediate concerns of the client, advocacy focuses on the larger meta-narrative of a person's life and cultural framework and addresses the systematic and historical abuses and wounds, may they be from intergenerational trauma, microaggressions, or oppression. The counseling relationship in and of itself is adopting both the art and the heart of humility and allowing this art to shape every aspect of our personal and professional lives. In the podcast, Sydney Shaw shares that it's not about whether I personally believe that I am culturally humble or aware, but rather whether the client perceives me as culturally humble, aware, and appropriately advocating upon their behalf, as this is what is key in the counseling profession and relationship. I really loved how the textbook encapsulates Jesus's ministry as a social justice mission through the fulfillment of the promises found in the Old Testament, and specifically one that I found that supports the importance of cultural awareness would be Isaiah 61. So Isaiah 61 reminds us that it's not through our own ability that we advocate for the brokenhearted, the captives, the prisoners, the shamed, or the robbed, but rather it is through God's Spirit. So this takes the attention off of us and onto what God is doing within our clients at any given moment. One action that I thought of was that I can foster a heart of a student to cultures as a graduate student now by continuing to read and have conversations with people whose cultural backgrounds differ from my own, and to do so with openness and care. As a counselor in the future, I can directly demonstrate cultural humility by incorporating cultural openness from the beginning of an intake session all the way through till the relationship has been terminated, and well beyond that. But my understanding is that it begins now, that cultural humility with my clients begins now as a graduate student and will carry on to the future. Since I hope to work with children and parents, it would be important for me to consider social justice issues related to these populations within my city. Becoming acquainted with the barriers that might be impacting my clients' growth and development will really assist me in becoming more literate in the general concerns and present societal resources that may or may not be available. The book talked about advocating, advising, and consulting. So 3 areas I could advocate by becoming, a guardian ad litem for children in court. A way I can be an advisor would be to create free parenting resources or educational groups on topics relevant to presenting needs. And I may be a consultant by training a specific topic, perhaps sexual identity and exploration, and then guide parents who are navigating these conversations with their children. For now, however, my action step of advocacy begins with assessing my own cultural practices and biases, and from there, I'm able to more humbly build my cultural understanding. Thanks for listening. I look forward to hearing your responses.